Very cheerful morning to one and all present here, respective HOD ma'am, all the faculty and all my dear friends. Today we are presenting PPT on our topic of GST, which is presented by me and my colleagues. So let's start. Now Raghupati will tell you about the introduction to GST.
Good morning all of you. Let's start with the introduction. This presentation is on GST. In this we will explore about the important structures and impacts of the GST on economy, as well as we will understand about what is the role of GST in business and consumer behaviors. Now let's move towards the importance of the GST.
Now I will tell you about the meaning of GST. Goods and Services Tax is a consumption-based tax levied on the supply of goods and services. It aims to simplify the tax structure by replacing multiple indirect taxes into one taxes. The GST was implemented on midnight 1 July 2017 by the President of India and the Government of India. Now he will tell you about the history of GST.
As we know, the GST was first introduced in France in 1954, and many countries has been taking this, as well as India also took this in 2017 from Canada to adopt a good and a very safe way of taking taxes from other peoples. Now we will move towards the structure of the GST.
GST is structured into four main components. This is CGST, Central Goods and Services Tax, SGST, State Goods and Services Tax, IGST, Integrated Goods and Services Tax, and UTGST, Union Territory Goods and Services Tax. This structure allows for the distribution of tax revenues between the central and the state government. Now moving forward to the slabs of GST.
Basically in this, there are multiple slabs for taxes like 0%, 5%, 12%, 18% and 28%. These are the categories which are divided for the goods. Like 0% was applicable on the education and food products, foods and vegetables. 5% was adopted for like education and etc. 12% was for footwears and cosmetic. 18% was for cosmetics and 28% for luxury goods like cars and etc. It can be higher goal on the luxurious items, and it has multiple criteria. Now let's move to the impacts on business.
As we all know, GST has significantly impacted business. It has reduced the cascading effect of taxes, leading to cost saving by the process of tax compliances process. However, to cause business must adopt the new regulations and proper documentation.
Challenges faces on GST, like basically on complementary issue, lack of information and technical glitches. Like basically there is less awareness about the GST. People are not well known about the GST, and people are not properly knowledge about the GST, and there are multiple issues facing during filling GSTs on technical basis. Now let's move to the future of the GST.
The future of GST can't be properly predicted, but we assume that the future of GST involves continuous improvement and reforms. Government are focused on enhancing compliances, reducing rate for essential goods, and integrating technology to streamline the process of GST and business consumers. Now, I will hand over the mic to Priyam and Simon.
Now we are move on of benefits of GST. The first is reduction in cascading of taxes.
After this point, reduction in cascading system, we know about what is cascading of tax. Cascading of tax means tax on tax. Like before the GST was implemented, GST से पहले जो हमारे टैक्स सिस्टम था वो अलग था. जैसा अगर आप 100 का सामान बनाओगे, उसको आप अगर मैन्युफैक्चर से अगले यूनिट तक ले जाओगे तो उस पर एक्साइज ड्यूटी लगेगी 5 रुपीस की, तो वो 105 हो गया. तो जो बायर होगा वो 105 पे टैक्स देगा पहले, और जब बेचेगा तो सेलर जब वो बेचेगा तो अपना अलग सा लगा अपनी जो प्रॉफिट है वो ऐड करके बेचेगा एक 110. तो जो जीएसटी लगेगी वो जो टैक्स लगेगा वो लगेगा 110 पे. तो इसमें हुआ उसने 105 का भी दिया और 110 का भी दिया. तो आप जब जीएसटी आई तो फाइनल जो फाइनली 110 पे लगता था वो टैक्स लगता था। इसमें से जो टैक्स कम पे करना पड़ा था बायर को भी और मैन्युफैक्चरर को भी। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट।
Now the next benefits is overall reduction in price.
Overall reduction in price mean the GST reduce the price of the good, like if purchase price of the good is 10, 100, and there after before GST there was many taxes like excise duty, VAT, SAT, sales tax, and this added in price, and the product price is final but like 150, but the actual price of good was 100. So after GST normally the tax was implemented in actual price like 100, so the product final price was 105 or 67. Next one.
Third point is decrease in inflation.
डिक्रीज इन इन्फ्लेशन। इन्फ्लेशन मीन महंगाई। जैसे कि इसके ऊपर वाले पॉइंट बताया था कि रिडक्शन इन प्राइस, तो जो अगर हमारी प्राइस कम होगी लोग खरीदेंगे और इसी वजह से हमारी महंगाई भी कम होगी।
The fourth one is reduction in multiplicity of taxes.
रिडक्शन इन मल्टीप्लिसिटी ऑफ टैक्सेस मीन जो जीएसटी ने हमारे रिड्यूस कर दिए एक्साइज ड्यूटी टैक्स, वैट टैक्स, सेल्स टैक्स, इनको कंबाइन करके एक यूनिफाइड टैक्स सिस्टम बना दिया जिससे हमें कैलकुलेशन करने में टैक्स की आसानी हुई।
Now the remaining benefits is consumption based taxes, more informed consumer, non-inflative electricity tax, more informed consumer, proper status or to gain, self-regulating tax system. Now we move on types of GST. The first type is CGST, Central Goods and Services Tax. This is the tax collected by the central government on the intrastate supplies of goods and services. For example, in a transaction occurs within a single state, CGST is applicable. Now we move on SGST.
SGST means state goods and services tax. This was implemented when the goods are supplied from within the state, like a production was in Noida and the sale was in Lucknow. So there is a single state in UP. In UP there is transfer of goods. So there is SGST is applicable.
Now we are move on IGST, Integrated Goods and Services Tax. This is a levied on intrastate supplies of goods and services. It is collected by the central government and applicable when goods or services move from one state to another state.
The last is UTGST. UTGST is normally as Union Territories Goods and Service Tax. This was normally applicable when there is a one Union Territories involved in purchase and sale, like a manufacturer from Jammu Kashmir and the distributor is from UP. So there is one Union Territories involved. This tax was only implemented in UTGST transactions.
Now we are move on revolution in India after implementation of SGST. The revolution suppressed by the GST transformed the way business operated, leading to improved logistics and supply. It encouraged the formalization of economy, bringing many small businesses to the tax net. Overall, GST played a crucial role in expressing Indian economy landscape, forecasting and a more integrated market and the enhancing revenue generation of the government.
The next is existing tax structure in India. Before the GST, there were many taxes divided into central tax or state tax. Like central tax, central excise duty, additional duty, service tax, etc. Or in central, there is sale tax, VAT tax, purchase tax, entertainment tax. So when the GST was implemented, the whole taxes was combined and form a GST, that is goods and service tax.
Now we are hand over to the Vivek Sengar and the Rahul.
Hello guys, my name is Rahul Kumar Gupta and I will tell you about understanding CGST, SGST, UTGST and IGST. अगर हम गुड्स फॉरेन कंट्री से परचेज करते हैं तो वहाँ पे IGST यूज करेंगे। जैसे कि हमने यूके से कोई सामान मंगाया इंडिया में तो हम IGST का यूज करेंगे, बट हमने स्टेट के अंदर ही कोई सामान परचेज किया या मैन्युफैक्चर किया तो हम उसमें CGST और SGST का यूज करेंगे। बट वहीं पे अगर हम एक स्टेट से दूसरे स्टेट पे अगर मैन्युफैक्चर करेंगे या सेल करेंगे तो हम उसमें IGST का यूज करेंगे। और अगर हम एक स्टेट यूनियन टेरिटरीज में इन्वॉल्व होगी जैसे अंडमान निकोबार या फिर मालदीव्स तो उसमें UTGST का इन्वॉल्वमेंट हो जाएगा। नेक्स्ट इज फीचर्स ऑफ GST। फर्स्ट इज ऑल ट्रांजैक्शन एंड प्रोसेस ओनली थ्रू इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मोड। इसका मतलब ये है कि हमारी जो GST है वो ऑनलाइन मोड पे ट्रांसफर हो गई है और इसे हमें मैनुअली करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है और हम जो काम है वो सब ऑनलाइन हो जाएगा। नेक्स्ट, पैन बेस्ड रजिस्ट्रेशन। पैन, अगर हम GST में रजिस्ट्रेशन करना चाहते हैं तो हमें पैन की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी और हम उसमें पैन नंबर डाल के अपनी इंक्लूडिंग कर सकते हैं। रजिस्ट्रेशन ओनली इफ टर्नओवर मोर देन 20 लाख रुपीज़। अगर एक कंपनी है उसकी एनुअल टर्नओवर 20 लाख है तो ही वो GST के अंडर रजिस्ट्रेशन करा सकता है। अगर कोई कंपनी चाहती है कि वो अपने रजिस्ट्रेशन कराना चाहे और उसकी टर्नओवर 20 लाख से कम है तो वो वॉलंटरी रजिस्ट्रेशन करा सकता है। और अगर वो रजिस्ट्रेशन कराता है और रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिस से 3 दिन के अंदर अगर रिप्लाई नहीं आता तो वो ऑटोमेटिक ही GST के अंदर ट्रांसफर हो जाता है। नाउ I am gonna hand over mic to Vivek.
Hello everyone, my name is Vivek Sengar. I am gonna tell you about the GST Council. The GST Council is the council who decides the rules, regulations and responsibilities of the GST and changes which we will apply for the GST. And it includes the Union Finance Minister of our country, who is Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman, our State Finance Minister, who is the Vice Chairperson for this GST. And for our Uttar Pradesh, the Vice State Finance Minister is Suresh Kumar Khanna. And the Finance Minister from all states are also included in this GST Council. To pass any decision, we require 50% of the members to be present in it. And 75% of the votes are required. The majority is required for the approval. States have 2/3, yani you can say 67% of the voting power, and the center has 33% of the voting power in it. The GST Council ensures that both central and the state government have seen how GST is run. And now I'm gonna tell you about why GST is important for us. GST is not a tax reform. It's a complete overall of how business operates in India. Its benefits are consumers and businesses both, as it reduces the cascading effect, which is tax on tax. In earlier, the tax was applied on manufacturing, then later on sales, and at the end, the tax is the lot for the consumer, for the final consumer. It helps the small businesses to providing tax exemption and simple return filings. It creates a unified national market allowing goods to move easily across the states. Like there is no GST applied for the imports, but there is GST on exports, which because it will lead to reduce the competition for our India and the businesses, the small businesses in the India running in the India. It boosts transparency. The fully online system helps reduce corruption and the manual errors. And the key point is that GST simplifies doing business in the India and benefits both consumers and the business. And this approach is very good for our tax system of India.
So this was all about the GST, which we can make you understand through this PPT. If anyone has any doubt or query, they can ask. Yes.
As one of your slides states that we charge different GST rate from different category of products. So what are the reasons of charging different rate from different products? अलग-अलग प्रोडक्ट पे अलग-अलग GST रेट चार्ज करने का क्या रीजन है?
अलग-अलग प्रोडक्ट्स पे अलग GST परसेंटेज चार्ज किया जा रहा है, ऐसा क्यों? ऐसा है? ऐसा क्यों?
क्योंकि स्पेसिफिक पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट पर एक मतलब जैसे हम लोग पहले थे कि हम लोग जो भी चीजें हम लोग परचेज करते थे तो उनके रेट बहुत हायर पहुंच जाते थे। जैसे अगर आप मान लीजिए आपने कोई चीज परचेज करी है लेकिन वो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जम्मू कश्मीर में हुई है और उसको हम लोग बेच रहे हैं, आपने मान लीजिए कन्याकुमारी है ऐसी जगह पे, तो जो अदर किसी भी स्टेट में, तो जब कोई प्रोडक्ट यहाँ से दूसरे स्टेट में ट्रेवल करता था तो उसकी वजह से काफी सारे टैक्सेस देने पड़ते थे, जिसकी वजह से उस प्रोडक्ट का पर्टिकुलर एक अमाउंट बहुत हायर चला जाता था और वो बहुत एक्सपेंसिव हो जाता था। इस वजह से हम लोगों ने क्राइटेरियाज बना दिए हैं कि पर्टिकुलर हर प्रोडक्ट पे इतना ही परसेंटेज लगेगा ताकि उस प्रोडक्ट की ज्यादा कहते हैं कि ज्यादा उसको वो एक्सपेंसेस ना हो और इजी टू एक्सेस हो हर किसी के लिए। इस यस मैम, यूनियन एंड स्टेट वाइज। एनीवन एल्स?
बट एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट पे तो 0% GST लगता है ना?
वो तो है इसी वजह से, लेकिन पहले क्योंकि वो चीज भाई हर किसी की मार्जिन कम है। सबसे पहली बात, जब आप एग्रीकल्चर से या कोई भी चीज मैन्युफैक्चर करोगे, नेसेसरी गुड्स है, हर किसी को चाहिए। अगर हम लोग उस पर भी टैक्सेस लगा देंगे तो वो चीज बहुत एक्सपेंसिव हो जाएगी, ना हर कोई अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता ना। इस वजह से हम लोगों ने स्लाइड्स बनाए हैं, स्लैब्स बनाए हैं नेसेसिटी के हिसाब से। एनीवन एल्स रिगार्डिंग एनी क्वेश्चन?
What is the difference between intra-tax and inter-state?
Please one by one पूछिए।
A few minutes ago you can tell that the turnover of the company is less than 20 lakh, then we can do the voluntary registration. So can you please tell me what is voluntary registration?
They just want to know if the turnover is less than 20 lakh, then one go for the voluntary registration. So what is the voluntary registration? They want to ask what is voluntary registration. It's a very easy thing, आप कोई भी बता सकते हो। Voluntary registration आपके यहाँ से। Okay, I would help you out. Voluntary means by your own. So according to their presentation, as they have presented that less than 20 lakh, and if someone wants to register, get themselves registered under the GST provision, they can register themselves. So it is by their own. There is no provision of impulsion onto them, right? So they can go for their own. Let's suppose if I say any, if you are into any army or any defense service, right? And after serving over there 5 years, you want to an exit. So that exit would be an voluntary exit. Because all the services consisted of until you will be able to achieving of 55 years of age or 60 years of age. But before that, if you want to exit that service, that would be the voluntary exit. Likewise, if anybody who is having less than 20 lakh of turnover, they want to get themselves registered under the GST provision, that would be the voluntary GST registration. Right?
Anyone else?
फ्यूचर क्या है?
चलिए फ्यूचर खुद ही
ये GST जो है आगे जाके चेंज हो सकती है। GST लास्ट में
डिपेंड्स ऑन द गवर्नमेंट पे डिपेंड करता है कि गवर्नमेंट और जो लोग हैं उनकी क्या नई नई पॉलिसीज निकाल रहे हैं, उस पर डिपेंड करता है। अदरवाइज ये चेंज नहीं होगी।
What is the difference between intra-state and inter-state?
इंट्रा-स्टेट मतलब सेल एंड परचेज विद इन द सेम स्टेट। लाइक आपने नोएडा में सामान बनाया और आपने लखनऊ में बेच दिया, तो ये हुआ इंट्रा-स्टेट कि उसमें यूपी में ही ट्रांजैक्शन हुई, आपकी दोनों सेल हुई परचेज हुई। और इंटर-स्टेट मीन बाइंग एंड सेलिंग विद इन द टू स्टेट। लाइक आपने यूपी में सामान बनाया और एमपी में जाके बेच दिया, तो ये आपका हुआ इंटरस्टेट।
भारत में जीएसटी सबसे पहले कब सजेस्ट किया गया था और किसने किया था? भारत में जीएसटी के लिए किसने सजेस्ट किया था और कब किया था?
जीएसटी कॉन्सेप्ट कौन लेके आया है?
President of India and the government of India.
No name and year.
First हम introduced हुआ in France in 1950.
इंडिया किस सन में इंडिया में इंट्रोड्यूस?
On midnight on 1st July 2017.
2000 अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी भारत में पहला सजेस्ट किया था।
According to him, India, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the first person
2000
who introduced the GST in the year 2000. But the case they represented is about the implementation. The topic is about implementation, not the invention.
It was suggested by the Dr. Manmohan Singh in 1994, not the Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2000.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Anyone else?
जैसे जीएसटी अगर हम लोग देर से रिटर्न करते हैं, मतलब रिटर्न भरते हैं, तो क्या पेनाल्टीज लगता है?
It's not the part of the implementation of GST benefit. It is the part of the GST practical. For your kind information, there is no penalty on the GSTR 1 for late filing. That is the for nil tax liability. That is the 20 rupees per day return is the liability. But this is not the not
They are
part
also
of
our
the
students. We need to support them.
It is not part of the presentation.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir.
Sorry. जीएसटी पे कोई सब्सिडी नहीं होता है। अगर आप सेज वगैरह में हैं तो आपको लॉ की लैंग्वेज में आपको सेज वगैरह की एक्सेप्ट मिलते हैं, बट जीएसटी में कोई नहीं होता है। स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन। Anyone else?
Special economic zone.
Anyone else?
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Well, the activity in charge, Mr. Anuj, I'm so very thankful to you that you have really guided, and Mr. Hardeep sir, sorry, I mistaken his name. Hardeep sir, he has helped him out. These students were presented very well, and I want a great round of applause from you guys. This was the topic which is all together for all the 3 years are related to each and every person. Few students have raised why a teacher is intervening and why the teachers are answering. Let me tell you, like when the government intervenes just to correct the balance of the economy, a teacher has to intervene just to correct the balance between the students. Okay? So you all are our students. जहाँ पे भी हमारे students को हमारे support की और हमारी requirement होगी, हम वहाँ पे होंगे. And that's all for today. Bye bye. Thank you.